Live. It says I'm live. Oh, I don't want my daily Spanish lesson duo. Thank you. I'm also on Duolingo. Why does everybody feel like they need to send me messages first thing in the morning? It drives me nuts. It's like I'm not even awake yet. It appears as though I'm live on YouTube and on Facebook Live. So hopefully that's the case. I don't know how accurately or well this is working, but I was so sort of nervous and excited about all of this that I actually took a shower this morning pre-video shoot. I didn't want to do my first live video on YouTube with bedhead. So I thought I should at least shower up and look good. It appears as though I have 2 people maybe watching me on YouTube, so that's great. Thank you for joining me on YouTube. I don't know if I know you already from Facebook Live or not, but I appreciate you coming and viewing. If you would like the video, that would even be great, that little thumbs up there. Or you might want to wait until the end of the video. Who knows? It could be a really shitty reading and you hate it. So maybe don't like it right away. Thank you, Janet. I'm sorry, I'm trying to catch up with myself and with the comments and everything. Thank you for the congratulations of making it to YouTube. We'll see how well it goes. Thank you for Yay on my launch. Thank you, Belen. Thank you for everybody that comes in and checks in daily. Okay, so because I'm now on YouTube and there's 3 people watching, I am going to go through my big spiel again. I love the camera on YouTube better. I think it's because my it's like hot HD. I don't know. It just looks better. It feels better. There's a wider screen. You can see more. It's really kind of nice, actually. Let me just see how this works. Say something. There, I just typed into the chat, hello and welcome YouTube. All right, so I am going to do our weekly card spread for this week starting March 31st. Oh, I should do a little explanation for those viewers that are watching on YouTube, but they're probably Facebook viewers, I believe, that are familiar with me. My name is Engelgeist. I'm a tarot reader. I also work as a psychic, energy, clairvoyant, whatever you want to call it. I am not a medium. I do not always contact past loved ones. Sometimes things have happened where I have had contact with past loved ones, but I don't always guarantee it. This is my dream, which is to build a business doing this as work. I get great validation and joy out of helping other people find their answers for themselves. I am just sort of the conduit who helps sort of guide people into the direction of finding kind of what they already knew, really, to be honest. That's how I see it, psychically or intuitively. Sorry if I'm looking at different cameras, but I'm trying to give each camera an equal time. It's a little weird. Maybe if I move this camera a little bit closer, that might make it a little bit more easy. So I get great joy out of helping others find their answers. I also get great joy spiritually out of connecting and doing readings. It makes me feel more connected to my fellow man, more connected to spirit, and it just kind of makes me feel like a fuller, more whole person. So this is what I want to do for a living. I want to be my own boss. And so I say that as much for you guys watching as I do for myself, because I need to stay concentrated on that goal. Sometimes I want to talk myself out of that goal, or my fear wants to get in the way of that goal. And the reality of that is if I don't voice it and I don't talk about it and I don't pursue it, it's not going to happen, So I need to stay focused on the positive aspect of that and the possibility of that and live in that possibility. And that's what I'm trying to do by doing all of this crazy social media stuff, trying to get onto YouTube and do all of these things and learn about social media communities that I have no idea about. I'm hoping it's going to turn out to be fun and enjoyable at some point for me, and that I'll get good enough at it that I'll understand where it's all coming from and how to respond and how to connect with people on the interwebs. On my About page on YouTube, I was able last night, with the help of Janice, to figure out that I was able to put on a few links So there are links on that page and how to get in touch with me. There's my PayPal link is there if you want to book a private reading on the About page. My personal Facebook page link is there, and also the link to the Facebook business page is there. Those are great ways of getting a hold of me if you want to send me a direct message. I don't know if you can direct message on YouTube. That's all new to me too, but I will soon figure that all out. Let's just smoke these cards a little bit, just get a little bit of any other energy off. We've been having a very, I don't want to say it because I don't want to sort of put it on to this week's reading, but this last week's reading, if you were paying attention to the videos, the energy has been extremely feminine and extremely nurturing and stuff like that. So we'll see what's going on starting today, March 31st. The way that I work too, guys, with these weeklies, they happen on Sunday mornings. And each card, I pull 3 cards for the week. Each card represents, because there's so many of us in the group or so many of us watching the video, each card is meant to represent for a day or 2 of the week, right? We have about 7 days in the week. So 3 cards gives us sort of a little bit of flexibility. You know, 1 card could represent only 1 day for some of us, or it could represent the first 3 days of the week for some of us. But the intention, hi, Mary. I see that Mary said she finally got me live on Facebook. So I'm going to try and respond to that. Thank you, Mary. So we have chat on YouTube. So I can chat with you similar to how I would chat with you here. The only thing is I don't chat with people on Facebook Live because my phone is being propped up by an arm to stay steady. So I can't like type on it. So if you're going to expect responses, it's probably going to be through YouTube. Ideally, I have a feeling I'm going to like YouTube better, and I might be moving everything over there. So any of you that are watching now that want to stay involved in my videos, you may want to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm still trying to figure out the URL and address on it, but I believe if you go to YouTube and you search Engelgeist, Engelgeist, that's the business name. It should come up, and then you can subscribe and like the channel. It will follow you. It won't follow you. It's not a stalker, I promise. I am a little bit, but it won't follow you. You can follow it, and it will alert you when I go on live. So here's the deal. This is my plan, my long-term goal. Sorry I'm so long-winded this morning. In the mornings, I'm going to shoot these videos for the daily card reads and the weeklies on Sundays to give everybody a chance to feel like they're getting some attention, some love from me, and some insight, right? On the evenings, I'm going to try and choose, it's going to be a little bit more random, but I'm going to try and choose an evening or 2 during the week where I only get on YouTube and do personal single card pulls for free on YouTube. So those of you that are paying attention to today's video, please pay attention and subscribe to the YouTube channel because that's where that's going to be happening. It's not going to be happening on Facebook Live. I've already been thrown in Facebook jail. I'm kind of over it. And also you have to post to all of these different groups, and you end up offending all of these groups, and I don't want to do that, and I don't want to be in competition with other readers. And YouTube to me feels like it's going to be more my own thing, where I'm not necessarily competing with other readers in other groups or upsetting them or threatening them in any way. So I'm going to do that there. And the incentive is that single card free reading pulls are going to happen on YouTube only in the evenings. And that's because that seems to be what everybody wants. But I really love doing this daily thing, and Facebook is really my home base for social media. I'm not on Instagram yet. I may have to get on there, but we'll see. If I can, in a perfect world, if I can get everything. Oh, I see people. Hey, Kimchi Bay. Hey, Angel. Thank you for loving the wings. I love them too. If I forgot what I was saying. I love the video on YouTube because you can actually see the chair. The screen is so much bigger. The camera is so much better. So those of you that are on Facebook, I'm sorry, but you're missing out a little bit. But that's okay. I will still stay on Facebook. It is where I originally started. It is where I host my business page, and I really, Facebook is home for me. That's where I keep my personal social media interaction page. So, But this is all new for me. Good morning. Marlene, you're watching me on both Facebook and YouTube. Amazing. You are a multitasker, my lady friend. All right, so let's get to the reading today. We're doing the week of March, starting March 31st. Hey, Kate, good morning. I hope you're feeling better. I've been meaning to reach out to you. I don't know if you're picking up on my telepathic communication, but I have been sending you little hellos telepathically and thinking about you quite a bit. I'm seeing your posts on Facebook. I hope your leg is getting better. I do want to reach out to you, and I need to spend some time with you. And I've been knowing it, and I've just been getting in my own way. All right, so let's get to the reading for the week. So as I was saying, one card may represent one day for a certain person in the group. Another card the same exact card may represent the next 3 days of this week for that person. But generally, this is going to be the ebb and flow of what's going to happen for this week for all of us in this group. The intention as I shuffle the cards is that not only do these cards hold for the people that are here live watching these videos, they also are intended to help those that come across the video maybe later in the day or even at the end of the day. What I did last night is I actually watched yesterday's video at the end of the day before bed after getting off of the phone with a friend, because I wanted to sort of see what I said and where it applied and how it applied to my life. And it was actually kind of interesting, because I had a couple of experiences yesterday where the card was the guardian. She was the woman of cups. She was supposed to be very balanced and grounded. And there was a moment in that day where I wasn't very balanced and grounded. And when I breathed and I stopped, and I had lost my keys, to be honest, and I totally flipped out and freaked out. And I mean, like lost it, like totally, like mentally, it was like, oh fuck, I'm gonna have to change every lock on every door of everything I own right now. And as I was walking back to get another set of keys that were locked up, just so I could get access to the building, and I was praying to Archangel Michael. I was like, please help me find these keys. But I was in that panicked energy. I wasn't in that guardian energy. And I was thinking about her and being centered amidst the calm and the crazy. And as I was unlocking my door with the other set of keys, which are my personal set of keys, which are to the house I live in, to go get the other set of keys, my mind said, right here, where that jewel was on that card, it said, the blue key, the blue key. And my keys are color-coded because it's a ring with all these friggin' keys on it. And the blue key is the key to the apartment that I was in, that I knew that had been the only place I had been with these damn keys, and why I couldn't find them, I couldn't figure it out. What I had forgotten in my little, psychic dementia, whatever you want to call it, self, was that I had to unlock the back laundry room door to get into the laundry room. And at the time I had started a load of laundry. I went and I was clipping the plants outside. I was digging through the plants frantically, thinking I dropped them and didn't hear them fall in the bushes. It was a mess. But I walked through the front door and my mind said, the blue key, the blue key. And I go, okay, I used the blue key in the front door. And then all of a sudden it dawns on me, and I use the blue key at the back door. So I go running back to the house. Sure enough, the blue key is hanging in the back door of the thing. And I was like, this huge sigh of relief. But it was just interesting because it reminded me of bringing in that guardian energy, centering, grounding, and finding that space for ourselves amidst all of the shiny, crazy stuff that we get caught up in, and how it really brings it right back to us. So I just thought that was fun to share. Okay, sorry, long-winded. I'm super excited to be on YouTube, I guess. I feel like I've accomplished something. I've made little accomplishments technologically here and there, and hopefully they will continue to happen. I have noticed that there is a little bit of a pause where I make a few, like I get a couple of links listed, and then I touch the links and they actually go to the correct places, and then it's like all of a sudden it stops. It's like, okay, that's enough for today. You're not going to get anything more accomplished. And I keep trying and I keep going, come on, and it's not working, and God damn it. So I think my relationship with technology is getting a little bit better. I just need to also know when to call it a day and go like, oh, that was successful for me today. Let's leave it at that. So I'm like just super happy to see all of these people like chatting in the YouTube chat. I see Blends here. I love that Kimchi Bay is, I love Kimchi Bay's name. Joseph's here, like, hey, Bree. Marlene Munoz, oh no, is that probably about the key loss? That's okay. But it's good to see you guys. Uh, this is super exciting. I have 3 likes on my YouTube video. Thank you for the first 3 likes. Please like and share both videos. If some of you are watching both, please post these videos too. Like, I don't know if there's a way to post YouTube videos out onto the Twitter sphere or the Instagram sphere. I'm not on those spheres yet. Please, actually, it's kind of funny. You know how they call it the Twitter sphere and the Instagram sphere? And then with angels, they call them the spheres. I never thought about that. That's sort of funny, weird connection. So yeah, spirit up, be little angels, put this video out there as best you can for me. And let's see where it goes, see how many subscribers I get. Anybody who's attracted to me, please say hello. And I don't mean that romantically. Well, those of you that are attracted to me romantically, you can say hello too. But anybody that's attracted to what I have to offer, please say hello across either the YouTube platform, the Facebook platform, message me at my Facebook business page. It's all linked as best I can get it for now, and I will hopefully in the future get it better. Sorry for the long wind. I'm a little excited, guys. Okay, so and the reason why I do this too, I noticed I was doing this in the video and I was thinking last night, I wonder if people wonder why I do this. I go through my cards and I smudge them with sage or some type of an incense. Sometimes I go through and pull each card off and flip it over and over in the smoke to really get them cleared off. But this is for me a quick clear. I can usually give it like 3 to 4 hits and it just kind of pops the energy off of what yesterday's read was or whatever. And I do that only because we're reading for a broad group of people. So it's not like somebody's like personal energy is so heavy on the deck, right? Okay, so that's why I do that, if anybody ever was wondering. Okay, so let me just connect for one moment. Sorry, my energy's a little high right now. I mean, like happy and excited. It's all as a group, take a deep breath and just get grounded in this present moment. Feel that? Felt nice, okay. Okay. So, as some of you know, I don't know how many of you are new to me, but as some of you know, I do get feelings off of how the cards shuffle, and I add that into my sort of prediction for the week. It feels like it's going to be an easier week than it has been in the last few. That's an obvious given. We've just come through a Mercury retrograde fuck. Like, you know, hanging by our feet would be easier than what was provided to us the last few weeks, at least for me personally. But it is going to be easier. The flow that I got off of these cards today is they came together really well. The interesting thing that popped into my head or into my intuition as I was shuffling the cards, there might be a bit of clumsiness this weekend. Like we might go about getting our things done in sort of a clunky, clumsy kind of way, maybe mishap by accident, sort of. Sorry, Facebook, if I'm giving too much time to the YouTube camera, but it's really beautiful. So stupid. But it feels sort of like mishappy energy or like sort of stumbling into our successes a little bit or getting things accomplished, not necessarily expecting to, but wow, oh, great, cool. Or whoops, that was a mistake, but that ended up working out. It's kind of got that sort of energy. The other thing that I picked up from the shuffle is that it feels like there's going to be a bit of humor this week for us. So the way that I take that is it feels like there might be situations that might feel comical or make us laugh. Situations that might be a little bit silly or stupid, maybe make our eyes roll, but in a good kind of way. So the energy to me from the shuffle feels lighter, funner, albeit we might make a few mistakes through that clumsiness, but I think that there's going to be enough humor where we'll be able to laugh at ourselves throughout it, or those around us that might be making the mistakes. Instead of, say, maybe getting frustrated or angry or resentful with ourselves or others, we're going to find that we're going to be more lighthearted and able um, to take some humor into it, to take some joy into it, to take some amusement. Amusement is a really good energy to be in to get things accomplished. Coffee break. All right. So we're doing the 3 cards for the week. So the first card starting off the week or kicking off the week, and this card is usually for today, the next, it could start today. You generally start around today and set up for the next day or two, depending on each of us. All right, it's interesting because the energy that I got from the shuffle is not the energy of this card. It's totally opposite. Today is the 5 of Worlds. The 5 of Worlds deals with money, finances, and material goods, right? That's the Suit of Worlds deals with those things. Sorry, I was just writing it down because I like to record because on my calendar, because as I go throughout the week on the daily reads, I like to sort of correspond back and see if they're matching up or if we've changed anything energetically, if there's been a shift or anything like that. So the 5 of Worlds in this deck is called setback. And to me, that's not necessarily always a good thing, right? But what I'm feeling from this card, and I'll just share it with you. Let me just show it to both of the cameras. See, these cards are beautiful on the YouTube camera. I hate it, guys. I'm a YouTube whore now. The 5 of Worlds, setback, to me usually signifies some sort of like, oh shit, everything's falling apart, the house is on fire. And for some of you, it may feel that way. It might feel like the rug is being pulled out from under you in the early part of this week. There might be some situations that are causing you a fair amount of anxiety or worry, things that feel like they're outside of your control, things that feel like, oh shit, why is this happening? How is this happening? But that may be some of you. I think that's a very few small amount of you. This card to me actually feels like this setback is more like what it's going to be is it's going to be a repositioning. And the reason why I say that is in this card, there's a couple of things going on. There's a focus on fire in the background here. And that to me, when that pulls my attention, that usually means, oh shit, all hell's breaking loose, watch out. But what's really pulling my attention is these planets today. And the planets, and why they're pulling my attention, what my intuition is telling me, is there's a shifting happening about where we are in our world. There's a shifting happening, like we're going from planet to planet to planet, right? And planets are worlds. It's showing me that we're shifting our positioning in the world through maybe something that might appear as though it's a setback. So don't be disheartened if something that you were expecting or something that you were hoping for doesn't quite come through in the next few days. It's actually not a bad thing. I think that, and this is part of that idea of, remember that clumsy energy that I was feeling in the shuffle, like these sort of mishaps or clumsiness may actually bring us things that we don't fully understand. And if we keep a sense of humor, like I was saying in that shuffle, if we keep it light and we don't get too involved in the drama of it, too involved in the upset of it, we might actually find that this setback is serving us in a way that we didn't fully clearly see or couldn't fully clearly see if we were too focused on the actual setback itself. Does that make sense? So I want you guys to know that in the next day or two, there may be some of you that are kind of suffering a good deal and feeling it, but I want you to try and not focus on the suffering. And then there may be some of you, the majority of you, I think, are going to be having these sort of like quirky little like, ah, shit, I wish that didn't happen, but be able to laugh about it, be able to like sort of not get too worried about it, because to me this feels like there is a repositioning happening. That's the word. The word is repositioning. Those of you that are watching that are thinking about career changes or possible department changes or raises or You know what I'm saying? It's that sort of a thing. We're changing where we fit in the world. But before we're able to do that change, we're going to need to sort of be pushed back off of what we thought we were. Does that make sense? And this is probably going to be in our money, career, material goods sector. So if we feel like we're losing something at work, it's okay. We're supposed to, because we're going to be positioned into a different thing that's better suited for us. Does that make sense? And the reason why I say that is because the lightness with which the shuffle happened this week, the in that clumsy nature, that sort of like stumbling into things feeling that I got, makes me feel like we're not going to quite fully, like in the beginning of this week, fully understand, maybe why what's happening is happening, but it's going to be for our betterment. Okay. So just trust in that and try and keep light about it. Try and be happy about it. Try and stay positive about it. Again, I'm going to just remind you guys, please like and share the video across both platforms if you can. I would really appreciate it. Okay. So the next card, and this would be a significant, this card could start as early as Tuesday, going into Wednesday, even as late as Thursday, but it could start Wednesday. This is the Nine of Crystals. Crystals deals with the mind. It's narrowness, guys. I'm not exactly sure. I feel like some of you guys are maybe by midweek going to get stuck in some sort of narrow-minded thinking, some sort of like, I don't think it's going to be that you can't see the desired outcome. I feel like it might seem like it's really far away. There's a definite awareness that there is an outcome or something on the horizon, but it sort of feels like you feel stuck in a way. This card to me feels a little bit less positive than this setback card. So I'm going to say that this setback card, if we can keep the right attitude around it and roll with the punches, so to speak, and stay kind of okay with it, keep a sense of humor about it, and know that this too shall pass. Whatever happens to me happens for a reason. Whatever your mantra is, or your belief is that works to get you up out of that funk, is going to like serve you in a great deal. If you don't use that mantra or you don't focus on that and you end up getting into that funk, I feel like this Nine of Crystals is going to kick in. This is that narrowness card. It's not horrible. It just feels like you're pinpointing your vision on sort of what's not working versus what is. But what I want to say here, and you're going to feel tied, like you're going to feel stuck, it would be a really good word. But there is still hope in this card. There is still a horizon. There is still a goal. There is still an idea of, oh, if I could only get there, but Jesus Christ, it's going to take a lot to get there. So if you're feeling that way, say, and I'm just giving Wednesday as an example, but Wednesday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, midweek this week, if you're starting to feel that way, don't feel bad about it. Like, kind of expect it. This card is here, and this card is here to show us something. It's funny to me. It's like this setback card, like intuitively what I'm hearing right now, I hate to say what I'm hearing because it makes me sound like I'm cuckoo, but what my guides are saying is that the setback card and this narrowness card is sort of, they're being put into place to kind of allow us to figure out how to set ourselves free from our own sort of limiting ways of thinking. And I think that this goes as much for me as for everybody else in the room that's watching. We tend to get into these places where we want something really bad, we go after it, but then we sort of set it far, like the desire is so strong and the worry is so like intense that we almost set that goal further out from ourselves, and we don't necessarily need to do that. And I feel like that's what these two cards represent. It's like there's this opportunity here of how we choose to relate to these things, how much we choose to give our attention to the negative aspects of these cards. Are we going to sit there and like micromanage in our mind midweek about, oh, Jesus, I would really love to be doing this over there, but I feel stuck here and I can't because I'm stuck? Well, then that's why you're going to be feeling this. And the thing is that it's not the reality, guys. Like, I'm going to look dead in the camera. It's not the reality. It is not the reality. I got to look into both cameras. The narrowness card is narrowness in thinking. It's just the way we're thinking. that is holding us in the sort of static place that we're in. Does that make sense? So if we're aware of that midweek, we can free ourselves up from that, and we can actually be in, like, sort of in charge of what we choose to put our attention on, where we choose to focus, and then move forward towards that goal. And like I said, there is a horizon goal here. There is not like a total lack of hope here. It's just, it seems sort of far off. It seems sort of set far away. It seems sort of just like you're stuck in your thoughts, in your head, your worries. Okay, but like, try and be aware of that. It's okay. We do that. We're human beings, and especially if we want something, or we want change, or we desire something different, we start to worry about, oh, well, can I get it? Will it be good enough? What happens when I get it? All of those sort of thoughts roll through our heads. It's a totally normal process. But what these cards are here to show us, and I think where we're going sort of energetically evolutionary on the planet, is to free ourselves of these limiting behaviors, right? And so I think that that's what's going on with these cards. Is these cards are an opportunity we might be stumbling over ourselves, stumbling over our thoughts this week, feeling a little clumsy, getting in our own way, but have a sense of humor about it. Stay light. Keep it like, what is that phrase? Like, keep it moving, girl. Keep it moving. Don't let it get you too down. I'm going to remind you one more time, please like and share these videos across both platforms. Those of you on this camera, my Facebook people, if you don't know, I now have a YouTube channel. I would love for you to subscribe and join it, because the camera is really pretty, like the HD. The screen is bigger, and I just really kind of like the platform better. So please subscribe. You can find it by going to YouTube and searching Engelgeist, Engelgeist. From there, you can follow the stream or the channel and be notified when I go on. But you can also stay here with Facebook Live. I will still be doing Facebook Live videos from here. Just the morning videos will be coming from Facebook Live. But at night on the YouTube channel, I will be doing special things for you guys, for all 7 of you that are watching, and I appreciate each and every 1 of you. I will be doing special, like, free 1-card pulls, maybe pendulum readings, the things that I was doing here on Facebook Live. I'm going to move over to YouTube. Okay, so, and now for our last card leading into the weekend, the end of the week, probably starting by Friday. For some of us, it could be starting as early as Thursday. Let me just see here. Like it. Hello. Okay, so good. So this card says to me that, maybe from this reading today, maybe from the thoughts that we're processing right now, maybe from the experiences we're about to experience and the awareness we have having watched this video, and go back and rewatch this video, like on Tuesday or Wednesday if you need to remind yourself. It's perfectly fine to do that. If you're feeling shitty on a Wednesday and you're like, Jesus, and you're in this narrowness card and your thinking is feeling stuck, go back and watch this video, because it's going to give you the validation to remind you you're exactly where you need to be. So now you get to make the choice. Do I want to choose to continue to see myself as stuck, or do I want to try and get myself as unstuck by focusing on that goal and how to get there? Don't look at how far away it may seem. Just focus on how to get there, right? Okay. The last card for the week, the ending of the week, the weekend, starting probably around Friday, going into the weekend. It could be as late as Saturday, but it's going to be over the weekend, is the Man of Cups, and it's Surfer. And I'm going to say this, these 3 cards feel sort of masculine to me. Last week, we had a very feminine 3 cards on Sunday, and then a feminine read all the way throughout. And I'm not trying to predict that we're going to stay masculine all week, but I am going to say that this whole 3-card spread feels a little bit more masculine to me. So with masculine energy, we can expect to have a little bit more aggression, a little bit more need for protection, a little bit more need for, we might experience more frustration, having to be proactive, having to get in there and get it done. I didn't necessarily get that feeling from the shuffle. The shuffle felt like we will be getting things done and accomplished. We might be stumbling into it or being a little bit confused or klutzy about it, but we will get it done. Keep a sense of humor about it, okay? This last card is Surfer, the Man of Cups. So going into the week, what this card usually represents for me, or how I view this card, is it's a very light card. Cups is the emotions. it feels free. When I think of a surfer is somebody that rides the waves, and surfers love what they do. They, when they're surfers, they're just connected to nature, connected to the ocean, connected to the water. They're working with the environment around them and manipulating it in a way to lead them through to like joy, right? And that's what this card represents to me. And let me just share this card with you guys. We'll go with the Facebook group first. The reason why I like this card here, I'm just going to share it again there. This big, beautiful flower here says like joy right out of the gate. It's just like, oh, joy, beauty, attraction, love, all of that sort of stuff. It's going to feel good this weekend. I feel like we might have a bit of a rough week or a frustrating week, but if we keep a sense of humor about it, it's going to lead us into this place of surfer. Our emotionally, we're going to feel lighter. We're going to feel like, and also this is the concept too, a surfer floats above the water, they kind of glide over the water. So into the weekend, we're not going to be maybe sort of as stuck feeling as we do maybe in the early part of the week. We're going to be sort of, surfing over that. I do want to say this though, and when I flip this card, it's really interesting. There are some of you, I don't know, there are some of you, what is it? How's it go? All the single ladies, all the single ladies. Where are my Beyonce's at? Can I get a hand raise for all my single ladies? Like, give me a hand raise emoji. For some of these single ladies, there might be a man here by the weekend, and I don't know why. I think that this card has a dual meaning. I think that for the greater collective group, it's going to be about keeping it, light, airy, fun, really gliding towards what brings us joy and beauty and peace and emotionally feeling, happy, content, good. Like whatever we dealt with earlier in the week is kind of over and put away, and we can be, just sort of relaxed, right? But also on the flip side, there's a definite hit in my intuition when I flip this over that there's either one or two of you, I'm not sure, maybe it's only one of you, but there is a single lady out here in my audience that is going to meet some dude that represents what this card is about. What I do want to say about him is he's very non-committal. He's very attractive. This flower, he's so pretty. He's so much fun to be around. Oh, he makes me feel so good. But he is the surfer. So I would go so far as to say is he doesn't get too emotionally deep. He doesn't get too fully connected. He's in it for the fun. That's why it feels so fun to you, because like when you're with him, your energy sort of matches his, right? And so it's not necessarily he's a bad guy. I just think that he is he's there just to enjoy the moment and live in the moment. And there's something to be said for that. And let me just say this too. This is where my intuition is taking me. For those of you that might come across this guy, he's a real good teacher of how not to get caught in these two cards, right? Because when we get caught in the worry, in the setback, in the narrow-minded thinking, and all of those sort of things, we weigh ourselves down, we don't experience any joy, we don't have any fun. This guy, he doesn't get caught up in that. He rides right over it. So he's real attractive to us, right? He's handsome, he's maybe even a little bit romantic and charming. I mean, he's definitely romantic and charming, right? But he shows us a little bit about how not to get into that by not getting into that his own self. The thing is our egos, when we want to like get hold of him or have him commit more or give us more or whatever, our egos get maybe hurt, or we get a little bit bent out of shape, and we're like, oh, it must be something wrong with me. No, it's not anything wrong with you. He's mirroring to you how you can be light and free and enjoy just the given moment for what it is. It doesn't have to be everything all the time. Now, I'm not saying this couldn't turn into something more long-term for the few of you that this guy may show up by the weekend, or he might actually even, I feel like some of you, I don't know who it is, but I feel like there's one of you that's watching that knows this person already. And you're like, oh, I've been thinking romantically about him, and he is so cute, and he is so like, all these things. He loves nature, and he's so charming and handsome and romantic. And, I feel like you already know him. I don't know if there is somebody here. If there is somebody here that feels like I'm speaking to them, please message me via my Facebook business page and let me know. Because it would just be interesting to know if I'm accurate on that, because it really feels strong that there's, I don't know if there's one of you or two of you, but there's like, I'm speaking to just a couple of you that there is this potential for this dude, and you know, one of you at least knows him already, like through friends or through work or whatever, and it's on and popping in your head that he might be in. You're definitely attracted to him. Okay, so I'll leave it there. He's in it for the fun though, and again, I'm gonna say this weekend for the group as a whole, because I don't want to get it too focused on one person. But this group is for this card for the ending of the weekend. This is a great card to have to go into the weekend after the first two cards that we have. It just allows us that freedom to sort of separate and feel free and open and enjoy ourselves and feel emotionally balanced and stable. I mean, we may, go up and down a little bit, but it's not overwhelming and horrible. Okay, it is now the 9 o'clock hour. I have to go because I know that somebody's going to be meeting me soon. I started late. I love, love, love the fact that you guys showed up to meet me here on YouTube. Please like, share, and subscribe. Also, like, share, and subscribe on Facebook. I love my Facebook crew too. Thank you, you guys. I look forward to doing more of these. I will see you tomorrow morning for the Monday card, which will be a single card. And who knows, maybe tonight, because I'm so excited, I might actually get on YouTube and do some single card reads for people, or maybe even a full reading for somebody who's lucky enough. Like, I mean, not that I'm bragging. I don't mean to sound like I'm bragging, but maybe I'll do a full whole reading for somebody on YouTube just to kind of excite just because I'm so excited about the newness of YouTube. Okay, you guys, so please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Sorry, I'm not better at figuring out how, but if you go to YouTube and search Engelgeist, you should be able to find it, Engelgeist. Ideally, I will get everything cross-linked, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Personal readings can be booked. Please message me at the Facebook business page, or you can, message me at my personal page too. Like and follow that also. All right, take care, guys. I'm going to sign off, and I hope you have a great day. Try not to be too put off by any sort of little setbacks that may come today, because they might actually be pushing you in directions that better suit you that you were unaware of. All right, bye. Bye.